Hey, and welcome to the channel. This is my first ever mod review on YouTube. My goal with these is to give you the best possible, most detailed mod review out there, so that by the end of this, you know exactly what you're getting, and you know if you want to download it or not. And the mod we're looking at today is an oldie but a goodie, and that's Canine Harness, Tactical Body Armor, and Backpack for Dog Meat by Fading Signal. Originally uploaded in August of 2016, so yes, 8 years ago. But I wanted to make a video for people that might be new getting into modding or forgot about this mod or whatever. It is of course available on PC. It is clocking in at 27.7 megabytes. There's also some additional file options for 4K textures, can turn into loose files or an ESL file. And it's also available over on Xbox, clocking in at 16.1 megabytes, and unfortunately is not available for PlayStation. This mod will function with the next-gen and last-gen version of the game. There's various different language translations available on the Nexus, as well as a newer version of the mod, a revamped version that actually just came out this year, and we'll touch on that one a little bit at the end. Now, this mod is implemented into the game via the chem bench. You'll be able to find it under the utility section in the chemistry station. That means in terms of load order, you'll want to place this mod in the craftable items section of your load order. And as far as I understand, this mod will actually work with some of the other dogs, like the settlement rescue dogs that can be found in the game, but just be aware there's going to be some clipping since it was only made for dog meat. Now let's hop over to the game and see what exactly this mod includes. So if you come over here to the chem bench, go down to utility, you'll see the canine harness right here. And it does require rank 1 armorer, as well as 5 cloth, 1 lead, and 1 steel. It gives him 25 damage resistance, some elemental resistances as well. Weighs 2 pounds, and it has a value of 30 caps. Alright, once you've created the harness, it will show up in your apparel section of your inventory right here, named as Canine Harness. And if we go ahead and drop it, it does have an in-game asset, and it shows up as Canine Harness. Now, if we take it over here to the armor workbench, there are some modifications to be made. So there's a number of patches, including Brotherhood of Steel, Institute, police patches, Light and Dark, Minuteman, NCR, Railroad, Riley's Rangers, U.S. Army, Lore Friendly, and U.S. Army and Vault Tech. They all cost 1 cloth each, and they do not affect anything other than the aesthetic of the harness. There's also colors. These do not require any materials at all. There's black, desert camo, forest camo, sky camo, urban camo, olive drab, police blue, winter gray. And then there's options for pouches. So right here, the first pouch are side pouches. They give plus 40 to carry weight. They cost 2 cloth and 1 steel. And the second one right here is side pouches and pack. Gives plus 80 carry weight for 4 cloth and 1 steel. And as you can see, these do increase the value, weight, and damage resistances of the harness. Now, one thing I might mention, you have to choose between pouches or one of these patches. So if you choose one of the patches and then you create one of these pouches, the side pouches actually cover up the patches. So unfortunately, you won't be able to see the patches you're using if you put either of these two modifications on it. Now, one thing to note, balance-wise, when you install this mod, this will actually make Armorer the most effective perk when it comes to increasing carry weight at the beginning of the game. Rank 1 of Armorer will give you access to the Canine Harness, and as soon as you craft the side pouches, you get plus 80 carry weight, which is more than the 50 that Lone Wanderer gives you, and more than the 25 that Strongback gives you. Now let's go find Dog Meat and give him his new drip. Alright, here's Dog Meat, so all you do is walk up, press command, go to trade. You guys probably already know how to do this, but just in case, here's the canine harness, give it to him. Then you have to go into his inventory and press equip. And there you have it. He's got his brand new canine harness, and he's looking pretty suave. Now, I have not been to the railroad yet in this playthrough, but it is worth noting that you can also use ballistic weave on this canine harness to give him extra damage resistance, so he can become a real tank. Now, hopping over here to the Nexus again, this is the Canine Tactical Harness Revamped mod by Colonel Mustard. This was released this year, as you can see, and it has been updated after the next-gen patch. So some of the things this does is diversify the perk and component requirements for the armor pieces. It gives it standalone workbench functionality. The initial perk requirement is removed, and the rare components, which is lead, is replaced with uncommon materials. Each camo has distinct benefits in regards to damage resistance and can now be stored and swapped out without having to craft a new one. This part right here was kind of the no-go for me. Each patch is now unlocked upon completing a quest that is tied to the lore in some way. I'm just lazy. In my opinion, I don't really want to go. I don't want to have to do any quests in order to get the patches. I just want to have them available if I want it. But I have not actually gone through and done these quests, so I don't know. Maybe they're good. It also includes the bandana clipping fix. So in the original mod, it will clip with the bandanas that you can put on dog meat. But there is an additional fix on the Nexus for it. This is included with the revamp. And the applicable DLC canine creatures can now use the canine harness. So that right there is the revamp. Like I said, the quest thing was kind of a turnoff for me, but you might want to use it if you're just looking for a newer mod that's more likely to be kept up with and maintained. Overall, this is a fantastic mod. It's one of my favorites. It's created by one of the GOATs, fadingsignal. It barely takes up any storage space, so even on Xbox, you can't go wrong. I should give this mod a 9 out of 10 just because of the pouch thing and having to choose between the pouches. But honestly, man, I just love this mod. It gets a 10 out of 10 bottle caps for me. So that's the canine harness. Links will be in the description. And subscribe and like for more mods.